How y'all doing? This is Devorjae. This is another episode of Truth 7. And tonight I'm going to talk about shifts on every level, what shifting is and what it does and how it applies to reality and its presence. And I'm probably going to connect with a whole bunch of other things as I go. But the main line I'm going to talk about are basically dimensional shifts. And shifts happen on every level possible. First, knowing that everything is vibrating, so you become dense and things are always moving, are always in motion. That's how they even come into the existence on a 4D level, or any level, for the fact that they're vibrating. And since everything is vibrating, everything then has a presence. And I'm going to touch on that later on. But yes, shifts. Shifting is mainly about thought, and thought relates to focus. So knowing that, like, even before I conjure up a word, my thoughts are shifting, everything is shifting around. Even into my body moving like this on a physical level, shifting. But what I'm really trying to get across of what you should gain knowledge of what shifting is basically what I was saying, even on the thought level, how much a shift can do. So, for instance, when I say everything is shifting and there's different levels to it, paradigm shifts, I guess I'll start outwardly and go inwardly. And as I was saying, shifts all have to do with thought, which everything has to do with thought and vibration. That was the lightest vibration until things become dense and set in that vibration. Even your computer is vibrating, like it's moving. When you're vibrating, everything is. That's why it has a frequency. And now this goes to when I was talking about paradigm shifts. Paradigm shift is basically when a mass consciousness mindsets are going in another direction. Shift in general means to move, and having the knowledge and coming from the perspective of knowing that we are in an inconclusive universe or period, and saying that means that there is no left, there's no right, there's no up, there's no down, there's no good, there's no bad, no such thing. But it only becomes a relevancy once we give it energy or give it focus or give it intention to give it a label. So you are the center, the singularity within this dimension, within your existence. You can look to one side and give it the name left. You can look to this side and give it the name right. You can look that way and give it up. You can look that way and give it down. But all in truth, it's just there's no conclusive to what it is until you give it meaning and define it with the power that you have. So when you look to the left, you are shifting your thought. When you look to the right, you're shifting your thought within any direction you're looking at. When this goes into just how much you can probably understand how frequencies work and how big of a part they play within thought and within everything, and then gets you into understanding what the matrix is. So singularly, to speed it up, as I said, shift is all about thought. And you can shift, now giving direction, you can shift up, you can shift down, you can shift a tad to the left, diagonal. There's different ways you can shift due to your type of thinking and your thought. And so can other things and your direct intent. Just going into string theory and knowing that things change their molecular structure or change that direction once observed based on the only observing. So knowing that knowledge, and basically this goes into even meditations where we hear these stories or where people are able to do extraordinary things or things out of boundaries because they are in their singular environment where they're focused on one thing and they're blocking out everything else, and with their intent they are able to shift their frequencies at different levels. They're able to shift up, shift over, shift down. They're able to shift something within their environment due to their focus and change things within their existence due to their focus. And that's just one part of shifting. And then this gets into things that you can see you can shift, and you can even, like I said, even on a physical level, see a change because it starts from a thought level. This gets into the eyes being the seat of the soul, and being where things focus from, being where light reflects most, because that's how you visually see, and that's how you see eyes shifts and different types of things, or people focusing or reaching a higher frequency up to a different self, and you see the image change of people. So, but that's just with the self level, with one level of what shifting is and what it does and what it can do, to the point where you know about these certain yoga and meditations, people just doing different things, moving their body in different structures that people wouldn't be used to. Okay, so done with that. Another level to touch on was shift. As I was saying, shifting has to do with presence, a singular energy. Everything has a singular energy at a different frequency, but it's still set within one frequency. I've talked about this in other videos. But for instance, I'm going to give an example. First, I'm going to give this. Basically, picture you walk into a room, and you're in that room by yourself. And this goes into a white room. You walk into a white room. I'll even go in more detail, because this is how energy works and everything with feng shui and energy. I talk about energies a lot. So you walk into a white room, and your thoughts are, from the instant, you're filtering stuff only due to your focus and honing in your thoughts. But you walk into a white room, you have your thoughts to yourself, but whatever you think, everything is there. You can think, oh, white room. You start thinking more to yourself, what are you going to do the next day, what are you doing now? But now, adding in this, another person is doing it. The whole situation changes. Everything is different because of the presence, that vibrating object or being, and it shifts the room. That's just how energies work. For the fact that I'm picking up this crystal and I'm focused, I look at it, that causes a shift in my thoughts and a shift around everything else, because it's an energy and it's an object. No matter what it is, it can shift thought and cause movement, and that's all that shifting is. Everything is shifting all the time and moving. Now, where it gets to, this is where the magic comes in, and the big things and the programs and the matrices built on matrices and things to construct it within your mind. Because remember, I said it all starts on the thought level. This gets into TV and then events when you get masses of things and shifting their thoughts to think of what you want. That's called paradigm shifts, where certain events happen that shift thoughts of people. And that's on that much level of what shift is, or shifting is. Where beings shift out I was talking about it earlier, shift in and out of this frequency, only due to their thought level, their knowledge of what they know, or due to the technology that they have with it. Movement. It's movement. That's all that is, and that just gets into dimensions and everything. So that's why I guess meditation is important, because once you're single, you're focused, basically. While shifting is only focus. Your focus is on one thing and one beat in that moment, an instant, and you're in that now. That's when the motion of your focus goes. You have more of a overview, which then you start really switching negative functions, and that's when you can so-called move up in a certain dimension of understanding, because it's an expanded thought. And that's one level to explain shifts. And what's another way to explain shifting? As I said, shifting is side to side, up and down. Angular is just movement. And that should make you think. Basically, it leads into feng shui. Everything is energies, everything is frequencies, everything is vibrating, so everything is always moving, everything is always shifting. And I guess that's pretty much the point that I want to make with that, so getting the understanding of what shifting is and how it plays a part in everything, and just understand that your reality can switch due to what you're thinking and what you're focused on, as long as you're shifting your thought. But be aware that there's still an outside world that has a effect also on you and how you think. But only you essentially can focus and have more control over thyself. But there are also others who can have somewhat control over you too. So yeah, that's it. Just wanted to get a proper good understanding what shifting is, and on many levels how it happens. So I hope that was a help to you. Alright, y'all. Have a good night. Shoot 7, Devorjae.